What's going on, y'all? It's Eli, one half of Men Behind the Curtain, podcast about everything and nothing all at once. We actually don't have an episode this week because we didn't get a chance to get together and film it. However, this is a series that I thought about doing for a while, and this gives me an excuse to put out some content, use our TikTok and also the YouTube short. I sometimes like to revisit a movie years after the fact and just kind of look at it with fresh eyes and give a fresh perspective on it. And just about a week or two ago, I watched Dark Knight Rises. Now, just going from the beginning to the end of the movie. First of all, Christopher Nolan does an amazing job of introducing his villains. The scene on the plane was awesome. Of course, I'm going to talk about Bane's voice a couple of times through this. The way that they recorded it after the fact is really weird, and you can tell they did because his voice is very isolated. Fast forward to them introducing Bruce Wayne. His knee is now shot. It's 8 years later. It doesn't really make sense why his knee is messed up because I assume it happens in his fall at the end of The Dark Knight, but it's not really said, so you just kind of have to guess a little bit. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's reasoning why he knows Bruce Wayne is Batman also doesn't make any sense because there's a lot of orphans who are just perpetually angry, justifiably so, mind you, and they're not Batman. Like, it would have made more sense if he'd have pointed out that Batman clearly has access to money. He could have pointed out the fact that Bruce Wayne and Batman went into reclusiveness at the same time. He didn't say either of those things, and both of them would have made a lot more sense. The way that Bruce Wayne lost all of his money doesn't make any sense because with Bane pulling that shenanigans at the stock market, they're going to do some investigating. They might put a freeze on his assets for a little bit, but he would get his money back. Also, how did he get his car repoed and his lights turned off fucking immediately? Now, the fight scene between Bane and Batman, I think not having a score for that scene was actually a really good choice because it helps drive home, like, the brutality of the fight. The backbreaker could have been a little bit more dramatic, and it should have been because when it happens in the comics, it's a huge moment. And then in the movie, it's just, and he's hurt. But the dialogue was really good. It's also really weird how Bane's voice changes because he does it like, I am the League of Shadows, here to fulfill Ra's al Ghul's destiny. Like, why the fuck did his voice change for League of Shadows? That was weird. His dialogue in the prison, then you have my permission to die. That was a dope fucking line. When Bruce Wayne finally does get out and he gets back to Gotham, they don't really say how much time has passed. If the prison is at the same time frame as Gotham, he did it in like a couple of days with like not a penny to his name. That was weird. I wanted to keep this under 3 minutes, but I can tell that's just not going to happen. With Christopher Nolan trying to root this more in reality, I understand why he didn't go with the Venom route for Bane or have him on like super steroids. It was kind of a cool decision that they basically made it so the mask is feeding him like painkillers. Not morphine necessarily because he would have been loopy, but something to suppress the pain. So that was kind of cool. And it also explains why when Batman starts attacking the mask, he just like starts crumbling. Although after all of this, all the things that have happened in this movie, I don't like that they took him out by Selina hitting him with a blast in the side. Like, I understand that Batman does not like firearms, but like, if he's gonna have that rule, then you shouldn't take the villain out so fucking easily. Marion Cotillard's death was absolute ass. Like, it has to be one of the worst deaths I've ever seen. And then Anne Hathaway is Catwoman, or Selina Kyle. They don't even call her a cat burglar. If I remember correctly, if they said it, I did not catch it. But it was a little weird that they did that. Like, she's supposed to be Catwoman. You could at least call her a cat burglar. The closest they had to it is the little thing she had over her eyes. When she flipped it up, it looked like cat ears. That's the closest they did. And like, y'all could have done a little. But yeah, overall, I still enjoy the movie. It's just that there are certain things that, I picked up on back then, certain things I've picked up on since. And then just since I watched the movie more recently, and this was already a series I thought about doing, I just thought this was a good opportunity to go ahead and make the video. If y'all want to see me do this more often, let me know. You can even make a suggestion to a movie, and I'll do my best to actually check it out. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and y'all have a good one. Hopefully we'll have a new episode next week.